Hello, thank you for joining the Frantic Seamstress for our building tutorial. Today we will be making a collapsible room or photo box. The base of our room box today is rigid insulation foam. This is the particular brand that I purchased, however there are other brands available. Because we're not using this to insulate a house, it doesn't really matter what rating it is. I went with the cheapest, which is an R3. This foam comes in a variety of different thicknesses. I wanted this room box to be particularly light and easy to store, so I chose 1/2 inch thickness. If I wanted something a little more permanent or larger, I would have gone to the 1 inch or even 2 inch thicknesses. Another great thing about this product is you can cut it easily with an X-Acto blade. If you plan on doing any sanding, however, it can be toxic, so please do your research on safety precautions. The sheet of foam board that I purchased was 24 inches wide and 96 inches long. I used the 24-inch width of the panel as my height and cut one panel 39 inches long for the back and two panels each 21 inches long for the sides. I quickly assembled it with painter's tape holding the sides together so I could make sure it fit onto my table. I also cut out a black piece of paper measuring 12 inches by 7 inches. I used this paper to determine where I would like to place the window. I dismantled the different walls of the room box so I can easily work on them. First, I'm going to trace and cut out a hole where the window will sit. Next, we will cut window sill pieces out of 3mm EVA craft foam. Cut 3/4 inch wide strips for the sides and top of the windowsill, one 1.5 width strip for the bottom of the windowsill, and one 5/8 inch wide strip for the window ledge. To attach the window strips to the main foam, I recommend using Wolverine PVA glue. Other craft glues will work, however, do not use crazy glue as it will dissolve the foam. Using a paintbrush or foam brush, apply a thin layer of glue to the foam board. Carefully apply each windowsill strip and let each piece set in between. I've cut mitered or angled corners on the top edges of my windowsill to give it a nicer look. When that portion is dry, do the same thing to add the large strip across the bottom and then the accent strip on top. Next, we need to prime everything with a gesso or other acrylic primer. This will help your paint stick to the board and also prevent your paint from being absorbed by the foam. It's important to paint the back side of the foam as well to prevent warping. Also remember to paint the edges. Next, use a white acrylic paint for the windowsill. Choose a matte or satin finish acrylic paint for your wall color. Apply the main paint color to the front of the walls and the edges. You can paint the back as well if you'd like, but it's not necessary. Use a smaller paintbrush to carefully paint around the windowsill. When the paint has dried completely, use a matte or satin finish sealer. My favorite is Mod Podge Hard Coat. Apply the sealant to all surfaces. I prefer 2 coats, letting them dry in between. Next, I need high-quality adhesive Velcro. This is available at your local fabric store in the drapery department. The Velcro should be the same thickness as your foam. However, because they do not carry 1/2-inch Velcro, I will need to trim this down to the width I need. My walls are 24 inches high, so I will need 48 inches of hook Velcro and 48 inches of loop Velcro. Start by applying 1 strip of the hook Velcro onto the very edge of the back wall. Peel back the adhesive a few inches at a time and be very careful to line it up. The adhesive is very strong and will not let you reposition it very easily. Cut off any excess that hangs over the edge. Do the same thing for the other side. Next, apply the hoop Velcro to the inside edge of the side wall panels. To make things easier, I'm going to finish my window before I assemble my room. I cut this leftover acrylic packaging so that it is 1 inch larger than my window on all sides. Next, I use a frosted glass spray on both sides of the acrylic. Remember to spray outdoors or in a well-ventilated area. I sewed together a small Roman shade that's easier to install before my window pane goes in. I place the top edge of the shade against the window frame and use a scrap piece of foam to brace it. I then use sewing pins to secure everything to the foam board. This allows me to easily change the curtain style later if I would like to reuse the room for something else. With a hot glue gun, place a bead of glue approximately 3/4 of an inch away from the opening around all sides of the window. Center your acrylic window pane and press down firmly. I purchased this thinner velvet in the drapery section of the fabric store to use as a carpet. I cut a piece of the velvet to extend past my table and secured the corners with a pin to stop it from slipping around. Next, Velcro your walls together and set your room box up on your carpet. You now have a lightweight, easy to store option for taking photos of your dolls. And now here's the really fun part. Create furniture and accessories to put in your new room box.